Hello, 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 Facebookers, YouTube, everybody. It is Miss Beam and Frey. Let me let him introduce himself, y'all.
Please. My name is Daniel Lee Jackson, also known as Frey the Gator. It's
All
my
right.
producer name,
Yep.
my old gang name.
We need to know that.
I had to give y'all TMI.
Oh, sorry, y'all. But yeah, as y'all can see, we eating a little bit. We got another mukbang coming. So we got some Caesar salad here. We got some oysters and also a what is this? An egg roll, which I probably won't eat, and some French fries, homemade. And that's it, guys. So I don't think I told y'all what we was eating last time. I don't think I did. I can't
You
remember.
might.
So anyway, guys, we're gonna jump right in. Let's say a blessing over the food. Lord, we thank you, Father, for the food we're about to receive. Lord, let it be a nourishment to our body, Father, and we praise you, we honor you, we worship you, and magnify your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so, but yeah, y'all. So tonight, what we talking about, babe?
It's gonna get a little serious. My bae wanna do testimony. Testimony of our relationship. Let me say one thing about testimony. We haven't like rehearsed this, and we haven't like told each other don't say this and don't say that, because our testimony gets really grimy. Like for real, it gets serious, man. You'll see a different side to both of us.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the way I wanted to do it, I wanted to start off with how we met, and then I wanted to start off with a little bit of our background to ease some of this pain that we finna give y'all. But
no, we gonna start off with
that's how we gonna
what he
do
said.
it?
I thought that's what we said, babe.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought okay. Well,
but all right. So I'm gonna let you give. He gonna give his version first, y'all. His idea.
Okay. Yeah, versions is good because we both seen this whole relationship out of two sets of eyes, male, female. My eyes, her brain, my brain, whatever. So I just say, first off, a little bit of background about myself, just a little bit, real slight. I was raised in Hinesville. Georgia. Not yet. Okay. But yeah, raised in Hinesville, Georgia. My mom and my real dad had got a divorce or whatever because he was abusive and he slept around and all that good stuff. Don't know his side of the story, so I can't tell you his side, but my mom said he was abusive and he crept on her, was creeping. So the last little memories the first memories as a kid of my dad was, I remember one, y'all might think this weird, one when I was a baby. I remember this one quick little snapshot of him in my from memory. And one other time is when I was probably about 4, maybe 5 years old, when he came down to Georgia to come see us. My mom had a boyfriend or whatever, and he came down there and punched that man in his nose, and blood was just all over his face, everywhere. That's a key thing I just said right there. So from there, that's the memory I have. That was my first memory of a fight, of blood, of hitting, all of that good stuff. So then on, he leave, whatever. My mom meets a correctional officer, and he bagged her with the old trick, God said you're my wife. So my mom, after what, she fell for it or whatever, and married this guy. And my mama asked me and my sister, is it okay if I marry this guy? Now I'm gonna tell you, as a kid, deep down inside, I knew the answer was no. I felt it, and something in me was saying no. But I knew my mom wanted it, so I was like, I'm fine with it. You know what I'm saying? This 4 years old, maybe. 5. I know 5 years old. I say, yeah, maybe 5. And yeah, so that happened, right? They got together, moved us out of our apartment, which was government housing, where we was on welfare, government cheese, all that good stuff. Moved us into a house, into a neighborhood, and basically, he one day, either my mom wasn't there, or he called me and my sister into the room, and he said, he showed us a belt, a big old brown belt, and he said, "This is the belt that I'm gonna be whooping you guys with an intro." Yeah. So from there, you good? So from there, you're not good. Okay. So from there, I'm like, okay. I'm a little kid. I'm just like, with an intro, all right. So what else happened? And then he said, from now on out, they got married or whatever. From now on out, y'all call me daddy. Don't call me James, because we should call.
So we just gonna call him. We're gonna pick up from there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit that one out.
Yeah, we're just gonna call him Paul.
I'm just gonna say stepdad.
Okay.
That'll work with me.
So
well,
let's start from where you were saying.
Okay. Well, he said don't call him stepdad or
And actually, what I'm gonna do?
Well, he he got us in the room or whatever. After the whole belt thing, he was like, don't call me my name anymore. I want you to call me daddy. If you don't do it, I'm gonna whoop you with this belt.
Wow.
What? You don't want to get a whooping. You don't even know this guy, really. So that stuff really does a number on you as a kid. You don't know this guy. Who are you? So anyways, now from there, it's already in my mind, hey, this guy don't play. You know what I mean? So throughout the years, I got in a lot of trouble by him. You know what I'm saying? Lots of whoopings and stuff I didn't even understand why I was getting in trouble half the time. Like, I'm like, man, what the world? You know what I'm saying? I never had a dad in my life or nothing like that. So I'm like, God, dog, man, you just a stranger to me. And I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I couldn't take his word for nothing. He was just a guy to me in the house. But anyways, from there, lots of whoopings, little thumps on the head, little, silly little things he used to do. You know what I'm saying? Like grab your head and go like that. Yeah, abusive, right? So, all right, from there,
I'm sorry, babe. This is your story. But I remember you telling me, and he used to fight you.
I was gonna get to that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You hand me my water, babe.
So as a, I grow up or whatever. I'm a pretty quiet kid or whatever. I always been quiet. Since I was, little. My aunt told me one time, she was like, Daniel, I thought you couldn't talk. Right? So, anyways, there's just a little keynote for you. So I'm growing up or whatever with this depression. I don't know what it is. You're a kid. You're a kid. You're a kid. You don't know you just know that you're not happy. You know what I'm saying? So you just got this. Your atmosphere is nothing but this. Man, I don't want to be. It ain't like I want to die or something, but I didn't want to be in that house. You know what I'm saying? So that was my atmosphere. It wasn't welcoming or friendly and loving. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that. It was just sadness to me. Yeah, I did stuff. I was really a loner. I'd be in my room playing with my toys or whatever. And I even spent time with God every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Because I believed in God. Nobody had to tell me about God. For some reason, I think a lot of people are like this. I think when you're like a little kid, you know. I can't speak for everybody, but I believe a lot of people just know that they know it's a God out there, and they believe in him as a kid. Now, along the way, what happens is, what happens. But as a kid, kids are sensitive to things.
Like back to the testimony.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, because I go off on that. But yeah. So I get older or whatever. My friends from school start getting me to get out the house. Come on, man. Come on. We're going to go play or whatever. Blah 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 blah. I don't want to go, but they keep coming. So after a while, now I'm an outside kid. So cool, whatever. I get involved in a gang or whatever. When I was 13, I think I started smoking and drinking when I was like 12, 13, one of the two. Smoking and drinking, gang member. What else? Just doing me. Stopped going to church. Stopped going to church when I was 12. I just decided I'm not going. It ain't like I didn't believe or nothing. It just was no interest in it for me anymore. I'm not going. From there, just hanging out, man. Hanging out. And my mom, she just let me do it because she knew that what we was going through at home. So she like, y'all can just stay on out and stay with friends or whatever. I think I kind of left my house around 16. Didn't live there anymore. Was staying with my homie. He's dead now, but we was real tight. But so from there, we moved to Jacksonville, where I was born, Jacksonville, Florida. Me and my sister, hey, you want to go to Jacksonville? Sure, I'm coming. Let's go. Moved to Jacksonville. So now I'm not around my friends because I was a big follower. That was me. Because just didn't really too much think for myself. My friends, they come get me and I start doing what they do. So I get to myself and now I'm like, whoa, who am I? I'm not around no gang junk. I'm not around no friends, no influences. I'm by myself. Who am I? What do I like to do? What do I like to eat? What's going on with me? That's what started hitting me. I'm going to church with my aunt, my mom, or whatever. I'm interested in the Lord, so I listen and stuff like that. Wasn't really involved or anything like that, but still a sinner, basically. And then I kind of was having conversations with God in my heart, like I knew that I was gonna be saved one day and be a Christian for real one day. I just knew it, and so one day I made the decision. I'm gonna be a Christian. I was trying it out. It's tough. I was young, met a girl, went through a silly relationship. We ain't gonna get into all that. And then finally, time goes on after a lot of backsliding and going back and forth with God. During this time, now I'm 24 years old. I'm just skipping 24. I meet Alicia. I meet my wifey. I meet.
But on a side note, the girl you were with before though, that you were in another kind of considered real relationship with, y'all were abusive with each other. Gotta be transparent.
I wouldn't say that entirely. Me and my wife always kind of on this part of my testimony, but I'll tell you that briefly about one of my past relationships. I was young. Me and her were just really, doing things and stuff like that, doing grown up things, and basically, we might have gotten a little arguments here and there. One time we got in like a pushing match. You know what I'm saying? One time she did, like, I came around the corner and she like kind of popped me in my face one time. I'm not gonna lie. She popped me in my face one time. And I didn't hit her back or nothing like that right there. The main thing I did was one time we got in a pushing match, and one time I kind of threw her. You know what I mean? But other than that, we wasn't like always fighting, always arguing, and stuff like that. That happened maybe 2 or 3 times.
How long were y'all together?
Only maybe a year.
And that's the key to things, guys. They were still in the honeymoon stage of things too.
That's true.
And not only that, they lived with his sister. So it's different when you have other parties involved and you have witnesses around. You can kind of still keep certain things hidden, but you'll get why I said that. As we both share and get deeper. But go ahead, babe. But the key is there was abuse, is what I wanted to point out. Unfortunately.
I guess you can call it. I guess you can call it abuse.
All right, go ahead. Take your time.
Thank you. I meet Alicia. She comes over one day with no. I may be wrong about this. I'll let my wife correct me on her story. But I think I seen her. She came to the studio. I used to rap a little bit and produce a little bit. She came to the studio with my sister. I think my sister was giving her a ride or something like that. And she went with my sister and came to the studio. And I was there. And, I noticed a girl was in the studio or whatever. I'm like, okay, a girl here. I was a little nervous.
Hold on. Okay.
I was a little nervous, not like nervous, but like, oh man, I better do decent because a girl here. You know what I'm saying? I better do something. I didn't even want to rap that day, honestly. I wanted to tell them, I'm gonna do mine a different time because I'm kind of under a little bit of pressure because when a girl around, sometimes I get a little nervous and sometimes I want to show off. But this time I was a little nervous and I didn't want to go back there and spit no verse. And she be like, oh, that's lame. And be embarrassed. But anyways, my girl, Alicia, she was there. I know I go do my thing or whatever. I'm glad it's over with. We fixing to leave. No, that's not what happened. When she got there, I introduced myself to her. I said, hey, I'm Daniel. And I shook her hand. When I shook her hand, believe me or not, I looked at her in the face and I said to myself, I was like, man, boy, that girl, she pretty decent. She pretty straight. I love to be in a relationship with her. Said it to myself. Love to be in a relationship with her. And I felt something when we shook hands. I said, okay. I'm like, all right. But anyway, did that thing. Then it's time to leave. When she got up to leave, bless God, bless the Lord. When my wife got up to leave, she turned around to go to the door, and my jaw dropped to the floor. Gluteus to the maximus.
All right,
I'm done. I'm gonna keep it moving from there, but bruh, she got it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I liked her already, but that was just a plus for me. I didn't even see that first. So anyways, we leave, whatever. I think we played one of my songs in the car. She was feeling the song. I ain't gonna say she was feeling me. She was feeling the song. Oh man, that's pretty. It's pretty good. So, anyways, I see her again another time. I think my sister tell me about some ball they're supposed to have at her job or something like that. So, from there, I'm like, yeah, man, shoot, man, I want to go with that chick Alicia, whatever. She come over one day. We kind of, I think I tell her that. She come over and I tell her that. And I'm kind of talking to her a little bit. I was a little nervous. I ain't going to even lie. My girl thought I was a nerd, I think, at first, But I'm a mixture. You know what I mean? I think I am. My wife would tell you I'm just a street dude. But I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. I'm mixed with introvert. Mixed with.
We gotta get back on track.
Okay. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm a mixture, and my personality is crazy. But anyways, yeah. Me and my girl, we talked one time. Then I don't go to the bar with her, man.
Stood me up. Should have been a red flag right there. Red to the flag.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought about it and stuff, and then for some reason I must have had something better to do that day, or I either got a little nervous. No, something had to happen, and whatever I chose to do that day, I did it. Whatever, but So, anyways, I got to talk to her again on New Year's Eve. This is where stuff gets tricky. New Year's Eve. I'm not going to get into all that. My wife can if she want to. But, yeah, New Year's Eve, I got to talking to her or whatever. And then New Year's Day. And if she want to go there, she can. If not, not. But kind of New Year's Day, I can say we were kind of getting to know each other a little bit better. And from there, I think I get back up with her like in a week or two or something like that. And then we started talking a little more. And my bae was on top of her junk. She had a job. she had her own place. And I was staying with my mama. I'm sorry. I was staying with my mama. And basically, I think I had just got fired from a job or something like that because I was sleeping. But I had a little bit of money left on my card, but when that was gone, it was gone.
No, we gotta stay on subject.
Okay.
We talking about this. All right.
Okay. I've been going 16 minutes. I'm gonna cut this off at 20. Okay. All right. So, anyways, me and her get into a relationship. I really do like her. Hear me out. I really do like her and stuff like that. I want to be in a relationship with her. But Daniel got issues. Okay? All kind of stuff was going on. Girls calling my bae phone. You know what I'm saying? And and some of the girls stayed in a different place or whatever in Tallahassee. And I talked to her on the phone because we used to have. Anyway, okay. Anyways, scratch all that. All right. Anyways, me and my wife, me and my bae at the time, we get our own. We get kicked out of one spot, kinda, and we get our own spot somewhere, and then that's when stuff got a little haywire. I think one time I came in, and I was like, hey man, what you eating? And she was just like, food. And for some reason, that jump burned me up when she did that.
I'll tell you why on my time.
It
Okay.
burned me up because she wouldn't tell me she was eating, and I was like, in my bae, when sometimes she can sound like she have a really bad attitude, so it made me upset.
I'm petty. Nah, I'm playing.
It made me really upset, and I think I kind of grabbed her or threw her to the floor or something like that, and I can't remember. Let her tell it on her own, but it wasn't good, you know. And from there, you know, fast forward, there was like the first time something happened. The second time something happened, she did. I used to do the studio stuff, so she put my speakers like on the floor and act like she broke them or something like that. And I was like, oh no. I gotta teach her a lesson. Don't even play with me like that. I was like, man, she just playing with me. And like an idiot, I slapped her in the face. Now, from there.
And that's a trigger we should have said that before we started. Trigger warning, guys, because it's gonna get a little rocky. So to anybody, this could be a trigger. We don't think it's funny. The reason we laugh is because we've been able to heal from this place. Some people haven't. Some people may be going through it, and that's why we're sharing our testimony. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm over here laughing that I think violence is funny or I take this as a joke, because this truthfully can really be a trigger for someone. So it's not about that, guys. But go ahead, babe.
So we go through all type of mess in this apartment. We go through all type of mess. Little arguments. My wife.
Not little. We're going all out.
Yeah. My wife would wake me up out the blue in the middle of the night and be going off on me and stuff. I thought, for some reason, my thinking that we can talk like civilized adults. I was like, no, I dare you. I double dog dare you to try to talk to my wife when she's upset. Forget about it.
Not now. You can talk to me when I'm upset. Wow. Okay.
Forget about it.
Wow. Okay.
She got better. Way better than what she used to be. Way better.
I'm not like that anymore, but whatever.
Way better. 90%. 90%. And I don't expect her to be all the way 100 of just like, act like the perfect human being, model citizen wife. I don't expect that. We're human. But she got way better. And anyways, for one, I had a problem. Man, do I have to list these problems? I had a problem with women. I had a problem with porn. I had a problem with just doing what I want to do, you know? Just, I'm young, you know, I got a girlfriend, but we're not married. So we're together. Now I'm in a relationship with you, and I'm serious, but I'm not that serious because we're not married. You know? Like, maybe if somebody, you know, better would have came along, you know, and threw me some...
You keep jumping on. I just want to like stay on subject.
Okay.
So
anyways, we from abuse from that spot, and we drug it over to another spot. It got worse. Mm-hmm. More arguing, more fighting. But to this point, actually, honestly, my wife really wasn't too abusive to me yet. She was more verbal. She was verbal. and she
Which
knew,
is still abuse. Abuse is abuse, guys.
and she knew how to press every button to get you to the point of like, you know what I'm saying? She knew how to press them buttons, man. And let me say one thing. I gave you key points of my past history of what I dealt with. And another thing was I seen some family members and other people out there that had like wives that the wife was ruling the husband. Like the man was just like a puppy dog. You know, had to do everything the wife said. Go to the store, go do this. You know, and it is, you know, just puppy dog and going to go do it. And I was like, man, no. I was like, shoot, no. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm going to be like that when I get older. I was like, these guys are miserable. I'm looking at them. I'm telling you, they was miserable. Their wife would just go off, yak, 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 yak. I was like, heck nah, bro. I was like, not me. I was like, watch, it's going to be different for me. Now, so whenever I came across something that was against that, it helped trigger me a little bit more with a little more anger. You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, what I say, we moved to another spot, more fighting, more abuse. But now my wife started, getting her licks in, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Now, we get to a point.
Just so everyone to know what that means, I didn't mean cut you off. Don't lose your train of thought, babe. Basically, we were being verbally, physically, mentally, all of them to one another at this point. This had to be at least within about a year, maybe a year and a half, a year or so into our dating. And we were dating, but we were also shacking. So, and at this point, we were both abusive to one another. But go ahead.
But no lie, I started the mess. You know what I mean? My wife would say that I started it and stuff like that, which is true. But one thing, she has never, ever been a punk. She ain't no.
I'm still not.
She ain't no sissy. She ain't no punk.
I'm saved, but I ain't no punk.
She ain't no. For real. Not always. When I first met her, I already knew. I was like, man, she ain't no pushover. You can smell it on my wife.
Did you have to say that? Good Lord.
Yes, man.
Don't say that.
Okay, hear me out.
Just don't say that. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I always said it to myself. Man, I wish I can say this on here, but a lot of people claim to be a real N-word. And I always said,
a real G.
My wife is a real G. Like, I always said it to myself. I was like, she's a G. She don't take no junk. No, none of that. Now, this is my story. She might say otherwise on this part. To me, my wife always been like a fighter. You know what I'm saying? But after the first couple times with me, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I was like beating like pow, 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 pow. You know, stuff like that. It'd be like it don't
abuse
sound.
Is just abuse.
Yeah,
Let's
I was
keep
gonna
going.
say it don't
Let's
sound.
just keep going.
Okay. Anyway, it don't sound good at all.
You can't make it sound good.
You can't make
being
it sound
transparent,
good.
babe.
You can't make it
it's
sound
hard,
good.
but it gotta come out. I'm gonna have my time too, but it just gotta come out. Just get it out.
But anyways,
you good. It ain't going on now. We good.
Yeah, she's a G. That's all I can say.
All right.
And I remember her catching me a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And one of the most memorable ones was at my sister's house.
I want to get back on track.
Okay.
So what happened after we? Okay.
My sister's house, we had we had a little brawl outside, and we started doing this split up thing. We'd split up. No.
Yeah,
We'll split up. We'll break up, get back together. Break up, get back together. Break up, get back together. My wife would go to another state on me, a whole nother state, like miles and miles.
I did that one time when we were dating.
Yeah,
I did that a second time when we were married.
So we already So
like I just did that the whole relationship.
Nah, but we had a lot of breakup, makeup type stuff, and I'm not gonna even lie. I kept doing the wrong things.
Being stupid.
I kept on. When she was gone, should I say that? When she was gone, I had another one on the phone, and then to my home. But
when we were dating.
Yeah, dating.
And we'll get into the part when we were married.
Yeah.
But
so from there, anyway, we get to the point of my wife started through this whole thing. My wife got saved at one point, for real, and I
got saved when I was 23.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
I was actually already saved. I'll tell my testimony. Thank you. But I was already saved, but I was not sold out living for God, and neither were you.
She wasn't saved.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I gave my life to the Lord when I was 11 years old. I got baptized. I just wasn't living fully for the Lord.
Yeah.
So just as you weren't living fully for the Lord either. You were shacking.
Yeah, I would have went.
So quit throwing rocks. Now y'all see him up here trying to throw rocks. He was a drug dealer after he got saved. Don't play with me. No.
I needed some extra money.
Yeah. Okay, and this before he met me, y'all. So hello.
Oh. You said it before.
That is before you met me. You sold drugs while you was with me too?
A little bit.
Exactly. You sold drugs before you met me. That wasn't no real drug dealing when you was with me.
Yeah, that was just a little.
You talking like, drug dealing is drug dealing, but that people that were real drug dealers know what I'm talking about. We jumping off now, y'all. But people that are real drug dealers know what I'm talking about. He wasn't like with me. That wasn't a real drug deal thing, and he already knew I wasn't fixing to be with it. So, but I'm talking about in his real, like, supposed to be drug dealing days, when he actually really was slanging. That's before he met me. And you had got some issues with that. But we'll leave that there.
So, anyway, me and my wife, we end up, she leave, I call her back, and I say, we start talking stuff out.
On your side.
We start talking stuff out.
I did.
We started talking stuff out, and he was like, you know what? I was like, if you come back, I'm gonna marry you. I said that because it was in the air before.
That's not how that went. That's not how that went.
Well, you got your side coming.
I'm trying to tell you that's not how that went. You never told me you were gonna marry me when I came back. That's not what you told me.
Okay, well, you got your side. Yes, hold on.
Okay.
And she got me thinking now when she just said that.
Yeah,
but
told me that.
I always said to myself, all right, she was in Virginia, and we was talking on the phone, working stuff out, and then and she must didn't hear me, but I said, if you come back.
First of all, pause. I'm gonna have to jump in. You had a whole woman when I was in Virginia, and you never told me you were gonna marry me. You kept telling me you weren't doing anything, and I popped up on you, sir. You never told me you were gonna marry me. That never happened when I was in Virginia. You never told me that. Not once. You kept telling me you weren't doing anything, and you were trying to get your life right. And I kept telling you I felt like you were doing the same stuff. And marriage never came up. I just popped up on you. I came back. I snuck up. And I popped up at your house which is supposed to be our house at the, but I had left, and you had a woman there. Marriage was not on the table. But go ahead. Go ahead now. Do you not recall that?
I recall what you're saying, but I could have.
You never told me that.
I could have sworn that.
Never. We never talked about marriage. Never.
Never before that?
No. I never. Even when I left, I told you, I said, I thought this was the end of us.
Mm-hmm.
I said, because God had been dealing with me. And I said, we couldn't shack anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and it's going to hurt you. And I said, when I do, though, I said, it is what it is. And I said, I'm sorry. And I kept telling you this was the end of us.
Mm-hmm.
We never said we were going to come back and we're going to get married. We never talked about marriage, none of that. You said you were so happy I was leaving because we were to a point where we both didn't want to be with each other anyway. So you were so happy I was leaving. And when I left, marriage was never on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. During our testimony, we are gonna have some things where me and my wife have two different sides on. I said that at the beginning because I knew this was gonna happen right here. Even though I remember outside of anger management, me and her said some things to each other, and I remember certain things, but who cares? It's not important. You know what I mean? But we went to jail for fighting each other and anger management and all that good stuff. So, anyways, yeah, she came back from Virginia. She was down here. What happened? We were slowly getting back together. She caught me with another girl. Shoot, man. So, we slowly getting things worked out, back together. And then we get married, which we both should have got some real counseling. And we both should have, waited and got stuff, did it better.
We should have healed.
We should have healed, too.
And we should have healed even before we dated.
But,
from childhood trauma.
Yeah, that too. So, we got married, right? And we went straight to church.
I was already going.
Yeah, but we went straight to church and got back. I got back in. For a man, getting married is big. It's humongous for a man. A lot of dudes might have different stories about it, but for me...
We're going to get into all that later, babe, but get back on.
Yeah, I really want to say this part, because when...
I know, but we're going to talk about that later. Okay. I want you to give your testimony.
Okay. Well, anyways, hey, where are we? We get married. Right off the bat, we get to an argument. Right out the bat. Something happens. And one thing about me, I will leave. And that burned my wife up. I won't answer no phone calls. I'm not going to argue over the phone and hear no yak. I'm either not going to pick up the phone, or if you yakking on the phone and we can't talk like civilized adults, hang up. And I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be gone.
Which is the wrong thing to do, guys. Just so y'all know. If you are married, that is the wrong thing to do. And I do understand that you may have times you need to leave, but there's a way to do it. But go ahead, babe.
Facts. And I used to be at my sister's house. That's where I used to be. For the most part, I rarely went over my homeboy house. Because if I go to my homeboy house, I'm looking for trouble if I go there. We just gonna drink and probably go somewhere or something like that. But anyways, we get into it, something right off the bat. I don't think we fight, but we get into like an argument, and then later. But anyways, after all that dies down, we do good for a hot second. You know what I mean? We do okay for a hot second. We working, we just paying our bills, doing this marriage thing. And in my mind, oh, I'm married. Oh, I got a wife. I can't believe I got married. Wow. Yeah, cool. You know, and then some crap is going on between an ex of mine and my wife, and they going back and forth, man, back and forth. My silly self wouldn't get involved. I'm like, that's them. They crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm married now. My wife should know. I'm with her, only her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm married. I cut off everybody. You know what I'm saying? Not verbally to the person's face, but in my mind and in my heart, which is I did it the wrong way, but in my mind and my heart, I just put a ring on my finger and put one on hers. It's my player days and all that is done. It's over with. I'm serious, right? You can't put how I feel inside somebody else to make them be like, yeah, he's done. He's not doing anything wrong. So her and my ex going back and forth. I'm like, man, they silly. My wife know I'm with her. With not my ex, but I just married her, man. She's the other girl's nothing. I'm married. So, anyways, I should have stepped in and said, so and so, stop calling, stop writing my girl on my wife on Facebook, stop doing all that junk. Me and you ain't nothing. We'll never be. That's what I should have did, right? Me, she know I'm.
All right, now back on this.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, anyways, more problems in the relationship. Her and some of my family was getting involved and start not liking each other and all kind of stuff like that. More problems in the relationship. Did Daniel say anything? I did. I finally did because somebody at church told me you put your wife above your family, all this good stuff. You married her, you're gonna be with her forever. Y'all one. So I told the person, I was like, this and that and the other. I can't control what they do or say. They used to do their back and forth thing too. So my poor wife is going through it on all sides of the playing field. But me, there's no skin off my, no meat off my bone because I ain't doing nothing wrong. I told the person it's not my fault. My wife know I'm locked in.
All right, now back on what happened. So, I know, babe, but you just talked about that. I'm just trying to help you. That's all.
Okay. So, more problems in a relationship, little arguments, things of that nature.
We start backfighting.
Okay. Hold on. I get into porn. I get into porn once again. Because I'm going through at the house, no peace. I produce music, but I'm on the computer. So spare time, click on something. Right? My wife's still going ham. To me, is continuously, non-stop, relentless attacks. I'm mad I'm married. I'm mad I'm married to Alicia because she don't get it. How I get it, that I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm locked in. This is important to a man when you get that ring. Anyways, so from there, I get onto dating sites. Maybe maybe not right then, a little later. She's enduring all this, now she's accusing me of, for one, messing with my ex, which I'm not messing with anybody. So now that's when I push the envelope and be like, yeah, looking on dating sites and stuff like that, just kind of browsing and looking. Porn, of course, that comes with masturbation. And I'm already, I'm not getting really something from my wife, like, all the time. So I'm like, God, dog, man. But anyways, from there, we have problems. We're fighting, we're arguing, and then we get to another spot. Is this Teakwood or the house?
We're just gonna
Okay.
gonna move up to
Okay,
when we have children.
Yeah, we
at
have
this
a
point.
kid. We have a kid, and that when we have our kid or whatever, we're still going to church and stuff, but we're fighting. We're doing the most.
And we I won't say we had children. We had one child by now.
We had one child.
One child. We're pregnant.
And
we're
then
having
finally,
a child.
I come up. I'm like, bro, listen. I just start. I got worse and worse. I didn't like who I was married to, and I couldn't believe. She felt the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, it's all we do is fight and argue. I'm tired of this junk.
Mm-hmm. And we don't want, neither one of us want our children, our
Mm-hmm.
child at the time, not children, our child in that.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm out. To me, she at the time, to me, it was her fault. She didn't understand.
But we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna let you get that out, but I just wanted to talk about like what happened in our relationship first. But I'm gonna really let you get that out. I promise. Because I still haven't gave my testimony
Yeah,
yet.
it's been a long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I just want you to say like what, like literally like the phases of our marriage right now.
Okay.
Not
So
like
I'm out.
feelings and stuff like that. Just
I leave or whatever, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I leave for a minute, and from there, from there, after a while of that, I come back. She talked to me. We talk it out. I'm still saying, nah, I'm not coming back. But after a while of that, I come back. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna honor my vows. I said vows before God. I'm gonna do this thing. I start pressing into God. The whole time, my wife going ham on me. She's going ham. You know what I mean? I'm like, here we go again. She's going ham. She's going ham. She's going ham. And then same cycle. There you go. That's the word. We just kept doing the same cycle, man.
toxic.
We kept going ring around the rosies, man. And
we was Christian and Rock before they were Christian and Rock.
yeah, man. Same goddamn cycle every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm mad. She mad, frustrated, at wit's end. And then so finally, man, we split up some more. We get back together. We split up again, and then my bae is serious this time. We all in court. I'm about to lose the kids and all kind of stuff. Some miracle moment, I talk her into getting back with me. We moved to Georgia. Now, by the time Georgia hits, we're poor as can be.
Yeah, baby. We ain't gotta get into
Okay.
all that. Yeah.
And then from there, we get our own spot. And then from there, my wife is not feeling me. The tables turn. It's her turn. And I'm sitting back now. Okay. Boom. She, we had one situation that happened before with a guy But okay, whatever. But she had working in warehouse. I know warehouse because I work in warehouse.
Mhm.
So I know work wives, work husbands. I know how it work. And I warned her when I said, I was watching for it because I already knew. So anyways, she found a little dude she liked, and she started hating my guts. I knew.
Pause. I didn't find a little dude I like. I wasn't talking to that guy. Yeah, you can't speak on for me. I wasn't talking to anyone, and I wasn't liking anyone. You kept, because I worked with men, you were under the assumption that I was liking someone at that time. And I told you straight up, I said, I'm going to start taking better care of myself. I said, even though guys were, which was, guys will do little games, guys that's in the world anyway. And I'm not downing men that's in the world. But if your mind isn't set on the Lord and you have that little thing about, to chase a woman to see if you can get a woman or just play with her head, whatever, it's a thing guys do. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. And so guys would, kind of try to do that game. In warehouse, they definitely do that. If it's a mainly men and like a couple of women, they do that in warehouse. So personally, I'm not saying this to be funny, but I had already heard compliments from men and stuff like that. But of course, you like to, anyone that gets compliments from somebody, I think that it makes you want to, it's a flattery. There you go. You know what I mean? But I was flattered, but I truthfully was not talking to anybody, nothing at that time. But he kept pressuring me. And he kept saying, I know you're talking to somebody. I know you're talking to somebody. You got like somebody. And at that time, I kept telling him no. He kept saying, well, you don't find anybody attractive. I kept saying no. And at that time, I didn't. But I was so tired of everything that we had. You got to remember, we still have not healed yet during this period. So I was so sick of like how he had done me over the years. And now I was like, and you got the audacity like to accuse me. And I'm truthfully like, I really was not doing anything. So at that point, one day I went to work. He had ticked me off so bad because he just kept, pestering me. I'm like, I'm really not though. And at this point, I had already, made it up in my head. I said, at this point, I am fixing to start talking to someone. And I literally like went to the warehouse. I knew somebody that I felt like, I was like, you know what, they're a worthy candidate. And that was the mindset I was in. And that's the person I chose. And from there, I started doing things that would not be considered, acceptable. Something that I definitely wouldn't want him doing. I started, flirting with other people. I basically was acting like I was single. There you go. You know what I'm saying? I was doing like I was single, kind of. Things that I definitely were not approval or acceptable in a marriage. So I just wanted to say that, and then I did start like flirting, talking, communicating, all that, inappropriateness. Excuse me, with someone at my job.
Now, like I said, the tables turned.
Mm-hmm.
She became me,
Mm-hmm.
and I became her.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I said, I had this mindset when we moved to Georgia for better, and unfortunately, it did happen, but it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So through all this mess, I really want to get into the story of some of the crazy crap that I did. Well, for time's sake, there'll be another story time.
Yeah, we're gonna have part 2.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely are.
Cause I heard another dude.
Bang, back
Anyways.
on track,
Okay, but anyways, so boom, I'm kicked out basically. I go to a hotel. I got a warrant from Florida that I can't get off my back. More stuff happened before that, but that's a good story time. And it's kind of, I ain't gonna go there. But warrant from Florida. I'm in a hotel, but I get in that hotel. I'm like,
we're separated, by the way.
we're separated,
but we're married.
but
But we're
married, separated. I'm like, God, it's too. Man, you got me. You got me, God. I'm done. I give up. I'm like, nah, buddy. Here I am. Now, I have a choice. I can easily go back to Florida right now. You know, I could have did that. Went back to Florida and had a time of my life in Florida. I love Florida.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm in a hotel. And I'm there with God. You know, going during COVID, churches were closed. I had no church to go to, so I had church at home or at my hotel. When the church finally opened, I was there. I went to both services, both morning services. I was there. Front row. That lady, the pastors knew he's serious. You know, I was one of like 2 or 3 black people that went there, but it was cool. It's fine with me. I was needed to get in the house of God, and I got in there. Okay. Okay, man. Okay.
Oh,
so, like I said, I'm serious now about God and everything. More serious than I ever been in my entire life. So, I pray. I'm crying out to God every day. I cry out. I call Bishop Ferris Long because I'm thinking to myself, who knows that you know, who can help me in these situations. You know what I'm saying? I was a charge was coming against me, where I had to go talk to a detective, which I didn't want to go talk to.
Babe, I just want to stay on where we were at with us right now. I'm sorry. I know that it was a lot, because that's what I'm telling you. If you keep talking about everything, it's almost too much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just stay on that.
It's hard for me because like she said, it was a lot. Anyways, I get my family back. A lot of prayer and agreement in prayer and things of that nature. And then we moved to Knoxville to be under Ferris Long, and then from there, you know, God been working on us ever since to this day. And we've been doing way better. Are we all the way there? I would say no. But,
now, I want to pick up. Good Lord, y'all. And he say he can't talk, y'all. My baby.
It's a long story.
My baby can talk, y'all. Especially if something he's interested in, but we gonna stay on subject because the reason I'm saying that, y'all, because he loves to tease me. He said I'm gonna talk to y'all, but y'all just heard my baby talking and he can't talk, and I know he can't. No, let me know you have talked for a whole hour. It's my turn.
Wait,
look, he still want to talk. No,
I just want to say
no. It's my turn.
I just want to say
no.
If my wife wasn't here,
that's a story, y'all.
This story right here, what I would have gave y'all,
he still would talk.
Y'all be on the edge of y'all seat.
He still exactly, and he probably would have gave y'all a way longer version. Y'all would have been like, man, I'm done listening. It's starting off like he's trying to tell y'all everything. But listen, and we can't tell y'all everything about our life. This is our testimony, but we can't tell y'all every single thing, of course. Okay, y'all ain't God. And all the judges out there, I just want to say that disclaimer. If you watching this and you judge, oh my God, you know, this and that. We are where we have healed, where we are to a point in our lives where we can be this vulnerable and talk about things this personal, because some people can. And some people haven't healed. Some people are going through exactly what we're going through, what we're sharing about right now. And they're not even going to tell you because they want to look so good.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, baby.
Listen. I'm leading this to my bay, and I'm gonna be eating and just looking at y'all. But let me tell you this: God let me know we wasn't the only ones. Like my bae said, God let me know that we were. I get it. Hold on. that we weren't the only ones in church going through this.
Oh, yeah.
Going to church.
Oh yeah, it's plenty of pastors.
It's some real
everything.
ones.
Yeah.
It's some real ones out there.
Oh yeah. So,
That's going through the Bobby and Whitney. You might not be leaving each other or even call the police or going to jail, but that does happen.
This is behind your closed doors after y'all get off of the behind the pew and they go home, and that's how they doing. They're doing like Rock and whatever his name is, Blueface, but they don't want nobody to know, so they're not telling anybody. They're not getting help, and they've been like this for years. And that's why it blows up on TV, and you see this with different relationships and stuff like that. You'll be like, well, I wonder what happened. Oh my God. And the person gets shot, stuff like that, because things happen. People are really going through real live warfare in their home. And especially, and like I said, I'm not bragging about a marriage, because you go through in dating, boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, baby mama and baby daddy relationship, you go through mother and daughter, brother and sister, it's all relationships. So we're not just saying it for marriage, but marriage does go through a lot of warfare because it is a covenant. So I said that last time, I'm gonna say it again. And hey, if that's a little bit sensitive for you, it maybe that's some stuff you might need to, I don't know, deal with. I don't know. But let's jump on, guys, because we definitely gonna have to do a part 2 of this, y'all. And the part 2, y'all stay tuned, because it's like I said, we're gonna be transparent. We're gonna get real. I'm gonna try to do it with my baby. He feel a little bit more up to it, because we are doing this kind of late, guys. So y'all have to remember that. So if we sound a little foggy or whatever, forgive us ahead of time. But I want to jump in. So now it's my turn. So this is my version. My baby gave you guys his version. This is my version. So I'm gonna start a little bit from when I was younger, and I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can. So basically, I grew up with a big family. I grew up with about 9 other family members. 4 of those were my uncle and aunt. The other 3 were my cousins. I had a lot of cousins too. But these particular this set of cousins and this set of uncle and aunts were my mother's brothers and sisters. Or brother and sister, because she had one sister in this group or whatever. So anyway, a lot of times I used to go to my aunts. She's my great aunt. I used to go to my grannies as well. I want to say that's my great granny, or maybe my great granny. Forgive me if I have that wrong. So I don't meet my dad, guys. My dad is not in the picture. Just to kind of give you a start with my background with my mother and father. No, they were not married. I was born out of wedlock, unfortunately. A lot of people know how that goes in the spirit. That's why I pointed that out. So I was already, well, we ain't gonna get all into all that. I said I want to make this short. So my mom and my dad basically did not take the time to get to know each other. They kind of met, you know what I mean? Kind of messed around. Ended up having me. My mom got pregnant with me in the midst of that. From there, they end up splitting ways. She doesn't really communicate with him. He doesn't know how to reach me. It's one up there, babe. It's a fork up there, but you should have put that up there so people can see what you're eating, boo. But so he taking away the food for the mukbang. Y'all ain't gonna see what he eating. But so he's eating a Caesar salad for those who may not have caught it on the beginning.
They just want to know this too.
So my my dad and my mom, they stay together for a short temporary time. That's when they get pregnant with me. I'm sorry, I didn't know where I was. Like I said, they don't keep in touch really. My dad doesn't really know where I'm at or anything about me. My mama kind of moves. She relocates because they, to my understanding, basically my dad, he was young, you know what I mean? And he had, I guess, a girlfriend at the time. And so my mom and him were messing around. I don't really know the specifics. And from there, he chose to be with, I guess, his girlfriend. And so I know my mom is going to get upset, but it's the truth. I believe that that's what hurt my mom, and I think that's why they actually didn't talk. That is my personal opinion. So just so y'all know, I don't know because I was not there. But I feel that that did kind of hurt her, and I think it would hurt anyone. So anyway, moving on though, but so we fast forward ahead. So with my grandmother, she was a church secretary. I was always in church, like always, nonstop. If you had vacation Bible school, I was there. And I'm summer. I think it was whatever. Well, back in the day when they had vacation Bible school, it used to go on longer than like a week or so. I believe. I believe it did. I don't want to say it used to go on the whole summer. I can't remember, but because I was so young, guys. So anyway, so I kind of like get picked on a lot by my family members because that was kind of like the thing. Like that's when Jerry was out and stuff, y'all. Like this is taking a real day. People that know about Jerry Springer know what I'm talking about. So that was like the popular show then. Jenny Raphael, I think was her name. Ricky Lake, those type of shows, and that's mainly what we used to do. Just stay at home and kind of watch all the ratchet shows were in back then. Martin, all that. Martin wasn't ratchet show, but y'all know what I mean. That was like the shows that were in. And so I used to get picked on by my family members, and they kind of would gang up on me a little bit. Like they didn't see it that way because it was more like I was the little. I was kind of the youngest out of the bunch at that time. Not out of their sibling, however you want to say that, not within their siblings, but within my family tree. So I was like the youngest, so that's why I would get picked on a lot. And so it was like the reason I say that, the reason I'm saying all this, guys, is because I felt like I always had to, like I didn't have anybody kind of backing me up or defending me, if you will. So we're just gonna jump ahead, guys, to my mother. She finally, like once I reach 8th grade, by this time she relocates. I lose all my best friends that are in Florida. And well, that part of Florida, we still relocated in another city within Florida. So we relocate. And long story short, I have to start all fresh, all new at a new school. I didn't know anyone. It was really tough because not only that, it was like a different environment for me as well. So I had to kind of like readjust, if you will. We stay in this particular Tally Ho, that's where my mother relocated. She's a nurse, so she's working, I'm saying, a lot. And by this time, that's mainly where like I kind of spent like my mid teenage years, if you will. And so I get in high school. I'm more of a person who like my husband said, I really didn't take well to people like picking on me, or I don't know, you trying to disrespect me, if you will. So I didn't really take kind to that ever. And not because we're gonna get into all that stuff later. I don't want to jump off subject, y'all, but that's pretty much how I was even in high school. And it's backstory to that as well. A lot of it still has to do with healing, of course, just as him. So, and oh yeah, I forgot this part. Disclaimer is another trigger. A lot of people say it was chastising back in the day, and I'm not gonna lie, to a certain extent it kind of did help us to a certain extent, but it really hurt us, the disciplinary from parents, more than it helped us. It really hurt us. So anyway, I got disciplined. I used to get beat. Like I'm talking about real beatings from my mom. And I know she used to, get beatings too, because that's how they were raised back in the day. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a slavery mentality. People don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. You have to remember, like my great grandma was like back in the, 50s and stuff like that, like the 40s, probably the 30s maybe. You know what I'm saying? When she was like a little girl, you know what I'm saying? So that was a tough time. And that's what they were taught, you know what I'm saying? So they basically, tradition went down through the family, through the family generation. And so I was raised around people who, cussing was the thing. Everybody cussed, you know what I'm saying? If you were getting out of line, you was going to get a whooping. And my mama didn't play. Like, she wasn't going to let you get out of line. So anyway, we move ahead. I went through years of that. Once I got 19, I got a little rebellious towards the end of my high school year. Excuse me. I used to just go to school, do my work, come home. I was a teenager. Like, I probably was a really, really I won't say I was like the best teenager, but I was a good teenager. Like my mom really truthfully didn't have to worry about me until like my final years of high school. And the reason being because I just was like so tired. I think I was dealing with so much stuff. And just like my husband was saying, that was my outlet. So I kind of started hanging out with one of my best friends, and smoking, just doing the wrong stuff. I lose my virginity. So once I lose my virginity, I literally like ended up getting pregnant within like, I want to say maybe within a year after I lose my virginity, I end up getting pregnant maybe. And so by the time, this is after I've graduated high school, like literally about maybe 18 going on 19. I did not know I was pregnant, by the way. When I did get pregnant, I was not using unprotected sex. I always use protective sex. However,
I can vouch for that.
But the condom came off and I didn't know. So I didn't even know how that stuff worked, because honestly, like, I never had that sit down talk. So the whole time, like, when that happened, I didn't know, and I ended up getting pregnant, didn't know I was pregnant. So I personally, because I knew my mama didn't play, she had already talked to me. She was like, I'm not raising a baby. And she meant that. My mother was not playing. It wasn't, no, when you had a baby, she's going to come around. My mama was not that mom. Like, she probably would have put me out because, I was basically grown. My mama had my younger brother. That was like my only sibling. I used to watch him, while she would be at work. And before that, though, my mom used to leave me with my grandma and my aunt. But anyway, so I end up aborting the baby. I have an abortion at 19 years old. From there, I might have been, I think I was 19. And by this time, like, I want to say about 6 months after the abortion maybe or so, I meet my